Yes, guys, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast and welcome to part 1 of the English Premier League campaign previews. We are going to have around 20 Premier League teams in the next campaign, so we will have 20 Premier League previews on this channel. I've decided it will be on this channel and we are going to start with the mighty Arsenal. Just a minute. Need to put this off. This is our new season jersey. This is our jersey, and I would love to do our preview in this jersey. So we're gonna look at Arsenal next season. We're gonna try to predict what comes next season. What are we looking at? What are ambitions? Sack Mikel Arteta. That is my title. I have said it in this video before I wrote the title. Sack Mikel Arteta this season. If he doesn't perform, sack him. So please do smash a like on the video, but I would love you to get involved and engaged, because this is a prediction. This is a look ahead that's gonna take us throughout the season. What would you love to see Arsenal do next season? That is what I want. What should we change? Should we score more goals? Should we defend better? Should we, get a better midfield? What exactly do you want? What did you miss last season that you want to correct this season? I'm sponsored by the beautiful and wonderful people from OneXBet, so make sure you do check out OneXBet. Always on point. They bring you all your latest in terms of betting and in terms of sport. Do check out OneXBet. Kindly use promo code COSSYMedia to get a 200% bonus on your first deposit. Let's try to get into it. Last season, Arsenal played 38 games. If you didn't know, we played 38 games despite the fact that we really did have a very good performance. We finished 8th. We collected we played 38 games, finished 8th and collected 61 points. 61 points in 38 games. That was not good enough. We got 8 wins in the season, 7 defeats in that season. 7 draws, 13 defeats, which are losses. We scored 55 goals and conceded 39, a goal difference of 16 goals. In the 2021-2022 campaign that is about to start, I don't know why they made us to begin the season. I don't know why we begin the season on Friday with Brentford, but maybe it is something good. Maybe because if you look at the table right now, we are actually on top of the table. It's amazing. We are on top of the table. We are on top of the Premier League table. 0 points. I would love to look at this. Where exactly can I find it? There we go. Arsenal is on top. 0 points. 0 matches played. 0 wins. 0 draws. 0 losses. Villa are second. Brentford are third. Brighton are fourth. Burnley are 5th. Now, I don't want us to drop from first to last. Please, Arsenal, don't do that to us. Don't do us that. Because in every season, Arsenal start the campaign on top of the table. If you've noticed, on top of the table. So, what exactly should our season be like? What do we expect? The number one thing we're gonna do is we're gonna break down this preview into 3 parts. We shall look at key players to talk about, or key players for our season this season. I will talk about Mikel Arteta and the key issues that Arsenal have to address in the coming season. I'm also gonna speak about why I think Nicolas Pepe is the key for Arsenal this season. Let's get into it. So I'll start off with the issues, and the first one is the midfield. Now, we had a problem last season. We were not scoring many goals. We were in a goal drought. We had so many, goal droughts, goal drought periods in last season. And for that reason, we lost so many games 1-0. We had 0-0 draws. We had 1-0 draws. We lost 2-1 on a couple of occasions because we failed to score at least 2 goals per 90. And that was the problem. So, for me, if you're going to deal with the goals problem, if you're going to deal with exactly why Arsenal do not score many goals, you've got to ask yourself, what is the reason? And for me, the reason is the firehouse. The powerhouse is absolutely empty. Arsenal need to change the midfield. Either Mikel Arteta uses the players he has, because like he said he says in his press conferences, he's trying to work hard with the players he has so that he can actually bring the best out of them. So let him get Partey, Lokonga, Xhaka, El Neni, and make them world class, because he says the players he has are good enough. He wants to make them better. He wants them, to make them, top performers. Make them top performers, because that midfield is what feeds the attack. It is what feeds Lacazette. It is what feeds Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. We will talk about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang later in the video. But I think what Arsenal need to do at this point in time, get the right midfield. Either all of us have seen what Lokonga provides at this point in time. Maybe Lokonga should be a starter. Maybe Lokonga and Partey should be regular starters over Granit Xhaka. Maybe. So the midfield is one thing to watch out for in Arsenal next season. The moment they fail to get the midfield right, the moment they fail to get that midfield combination right, it's not going anywhere. You need that sharpness in passing, you need that urgency in the midfield, and you also need the quality. Xhaka doesn't have that. And you would have thought Arsenal would have gone for a central midfielder in this summer, because it was key in the way they want to play, but they have actually failed. So the midfield, for me, if Arsenal don't rectify that, the boat is actually not going anywhere. The other point Arsenal need to think about, and what we will be looking out for in Arsenal's season, is scoring more goals. Scoring more goals. We have already seen it. Last season. Arsenal scored less than 56 goals. Less than 56 goals in 38 games. So if you spread that out, that means Arsenal did not score 2 goals per 90. Our XG was not 2 goals per 90. That is ridiculous. Players just one player like Bruno Fernandes, has the same XG as Arsenal as a whole club. That is ridiculous. Harry Kane has a better XG than Arsenal. That is ridiculous. So we need more goals. The likes of Aubameyang, the likes of Alexander Lacazette have to give us more goals. Yes, they recorded double figures last season, but I think what needs to be done is we need more goals from the likes of Pepe, Saka. Saka's finishing is so poor. He needs to work on that. So you need to start soliciting more goals from other areas of the team. The midfield should provide, because Arsenal's midfield was one of the lowest scoring midfields in the league. Not Arsenal's midfield has scored more than 3 goals. Or actually scored up to 3 goals in the Premier League last campaign. So to add more goals, if you look at a club like City, and we'll speak about City in their preview later as time goes on. But if you look at City, they get many goals from the wings. Raheem Sterling can give you 10. Bernardo can give you 10. Raheem Sterling can give you 10. They literally play with a false 9. But if they use the striker, the striker could give you 10. You need to solicit more goals from the team. Right backs need to create more chances. That is how you score more goals. That is how you create a better press. So apart from that, we need to talk about specific players. Why I think Pepe is the key. Now Arsenal last season, as the season was ending, Pepe scored in 3 consecutive matches, and for me that was absolutely top notch. It was an opener, and if you've seen Arsenal's preseason, Pepe is a very, very changed player. He engages a lot, he fights a lot, he's hungrier and thirstier than he was last season. So give Pepe the opportunity to hold this team. We need to stop building the team on Saka. Saka is a young player. Build around Nicola Pepe. Pepe is the key. Because the good thing with Pepe is he is almost the second best finisher Arsenal have after Aubameyang. He really doesn't miss chances. All he has to do is get more chances, because he has a very, very good conversion rate, same as Alexander Lacazette. Pepe is the key. Build around Pepe. He can take on players, he can score goals, he can create numbers in terms of assists and goal scoring opportunities. The other player is Aubameyang. Aubameyang needs to decide, is his mind Arsenal or his mind is somewhere else. If his mind is, if his mind is away from Arsenal, then Mikel Arteta needs to find a solution. Either let him sit on the bench or find him a loan deal somewhere. But Aubameyang is key for Arsenal this season. 99%, he is the best goal scorer in that squad. So there is no way, as you talk about a preview, don't talk about Aubameyang. We struggled last season because Aubameyang was not scoring many goals. We will struggle this season if Aubameyang doesn't score many goals. And that's why I think Pepe is the key. That instead of over-relying on Aubameyang, why don't you just rely on Nicola Pepe, who seems to be very reliable and very durable, than Aubameyang at the moment. So in my case, Aubameyang, Arsenal need to get a way to light up Aubameyang. I don't know how Arteta will do that, but one of the ways is to get in a good number 10 so that you can create more chances for Aubameyang and Lacazette. The other point is about the 4 young lads that Arsenal is building as a project. I would have added Albert Sambi Lokonga, but since Lokonga is a newbie, I won't add Lokonga. But I think Saka, Smith Rowe, Martinelli, and Balogun, they're going to be so key in Arsenal's season. I think Saka last season was the best player at Arsenal. This season, it might change. I think Nicola Pepe will overtake him, as well as Emu Smith Rowe. But in a season where you have very many young lads that are very hungry, that are very, very ambitious, you've got to balance it. Give them enough playing time, and also try to save them, because they are the future of Arsenal Football Club. Save them, but make sure they're directly involved in the season. Try to build something rolling. They should be the heart of Arsenal Football Club this season. They should be the heart. So I expect to see more of Saka, more of Smith Rowe, more of Martinelli, and more of Florian Balogun. I'm not saying give Balogun 90 minutes per 90. No, that is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the key this season, we need to see Arsenal groom their own players so that next season they come to stand on for the ovation, for Arsenal on the occasion. That is what I expect. So Saka is gonna be key. Does he continue with his very good performances last season? Emu Smith Rowe, does he continue? Gabriel Martinelli has enjoyed a very good spell in the Olympics with Brazil. Does he actually transfer that to the Premier League? And Florian Balogun, who's just signed a new contract, does he actually get enough playing time? And can he prove that he's better than Edin Ketia, who he replaces in pecking order? Lastly is Mikel Arteta. When you think about Mikel, you think about Arteta out. And that's why I used Sack Arteta as my headline. But basically what I'm trying to mean is all Arsenal's season rotates around the manager. Every club, many clubs actually rotate around their managers in the Premier League. And I think for Arsenal, it's even better. It's even worse. Mikel Arteta, last season, no starting lineup, no identity of football, late substitutions, lack of substitutions. There were so many things to blame for. This season it's got to change. This season it's got to do better. I expect a Mikel Arteta who gets deeper and deeper, deeper connection with his team. A Mikel Arteta that can get a starting 11. A Mikel Arteta that can get a starting squad. That is the basic thing he's got to do this season. Make substitutions when he's got to. Get the right players off and get the right players on. Choose your starting 11 because a player is good. Include every player because they are good enough to play the next match. Don't play Hector Bellerin. Don't play someone who is not worth it. My thoughts on Mikel is, if he fails to deliver by Christmas, let him go so that Arsenal do not find themselves finishing 8th, courtesy of the same manager, for a 3rd consecutive season. Let him go. Bring in a manager that can save Arsenal Football Club. And where I think the club will finish, I think top 6 Arsenal will be part of it, but most likely position 7. If Arsenal do well, they'll be part of the top 6, but most likely position 7. My name is Cossy. That is the preview Arsenal this season. We'll come back with Manchester United, followed by Chelsea, followed by City, Liverpool, the likes of Sheffield United. Will Sheffield United actually suffer from the second season syndrome? They were so good last season. Will they survive the second season? Aren't they tired? Won't they suffer from burnout? The likes of Brighton, will they give us something new? They have lost one of their best defenders. Will they keep their other players, and will they survive next season? How about the clubs that have been promoted? Brentford, Watford, who will get relegated? That and more in the preview series. I remain Cossy, and I'll speak to you very, very soon.